Well, hello everybody, and happy birthday, America. Today is the 245th birthday of our God-blessed nation. We want to take time to say happy birthday, America. And I want you to know that God has not taken his hands off this country. We are paying a price because we have sinned as a nation and as a people. But in Isaiah chapter 1, the Lord showed when judgment called, mercy answered. And we've got people that are watching us now because our program deals with issues and facts. And that's sort of rare in Christian television. And you watch it 24/7, and gosh, there's so many channels now. There's so much preaching and so much talking and so many talk shows, and people, they're saying the same thing today they did 10 years ago. I used to know most of them personally, but God is doing a new thing today. And he said that information is power. And that's what we're bringing to Christian television. But we're bringing the facts, and we're bringing it with love, because Jesus sent his son to die on the cross that we would be saved from sin, not in sin. And he gave his word to guide us. And there's no excuses that he accepts for anybody that says, well, God understands. God does not understand sin. He won't even go into areas where sin is in control. He didn't in the Bible. He told the Hebrews to get out of Egypt, go out and build me an altar that is holy, so I can come and talk to you. So today we've got a fantastic show, and don't go away. We don't want you to miss a minute of it. Well, I'm going to share with you today a little bit about what July the 4th really means, because we're not teaching our youth patriotism. We're not teaching them the civics that we used to be taught about our country, what a great country it is, and what it took to get to where we are. So today I'm just going to give you the history of where July 4th actually came from, because we are having viewers that have never heard it, and we just take for granted everybody knows everything, but they don't. The Lord told us this year to reach out to our young people and to raise up disciples that would go into the schools, and that our Christian young people should know what patriotism is, should know where America came from, and that America was founded based on the Protestant Bible. So the Lord gave me a mandate to train up youth pastors and give them a curriculum that would merge what is going on in our country, how to know what's going on, how to understand it, and how to take a stand against the laws that are being made that are mocking God. And we started at the first of the year. Our team and prayer partners began to talk about the curriculum, talk about how we could condense it, that anybody could understand it, because now it is so broad and so sophisticated. Most people in the church wouldn't want to hear it. If you told them, they wouldn't want to hear it. But there are people that God is calling to stand in the gap for this country. So last week's program was introducing to you what is going on in America. And I try to do it in a way that sounded normal, but it's not normal, that you could understand it. But we have people right now that are being funded by our tax dollars that believe they have found the technology that actually allows them to reinvent the human race. People, you say, Faye, you can't mean it. I do mean it. And I have spent days trying to summarize what I have found and given the details of what I have found, that we can raise up a standard against this. And the thing is, they've decided that God didn't know what he was doing, that they could create boys not to be boys, girls not to be girls, just one big blob here, and they have created the technology to be able to do it. I'm going to be next week, I'm going to be sharing more about it, but what you need to do, and I mean it should be mandatory, you need to get the Faye's Facts, the special report, and it's June the 11th, the special report. And where does it come from? It gives you the details of what Barack Obama meant when he said he was going to fundamentally transform America. But did he tell you, or me, or anybody else, that what they were going to do, they're going to transform the human race? I wouldn't lie to you. I'm not trying to give you any hype, but I have the names, their salaries, where they work, the technology. They actually won a Nobel Peace Prize for it. But in order to take your DNA and change it, in order to take over your mind and create a robot out of you, you do what you're told. You deny God. They have to start with vaccines. And you say, uh-oh. No, you need to know this, people. I'm telling you. I want you to go to your phone right now and say, hey, make a donation, because I can't afford to give this to you free. I wish I could. Make a donation and say, Faye, I want that report. The report of the details of what Barack Obama meant by transforming America. I'm going to give you the details, and you're going to gasp. You're not going to be able to read it all at one time. And then when you do, you're going to have to go back and say, what exactly did it say? A report like this has never been. I believe it's going to go viral, because I have connected these injections and these viruses to the proper place and the people who actually were behind it. And you'll say, I can't believe this. You need to know the facts. That's all I'm saying. Why do you need to know them? Number one, so you make right decisions. Number two, because God's not going to have this. He said, only a fool says in his heart, there is no God. You look at Anthony Fauci, and I want to tell him to his face, only a fool says in his heart, there is no God. We're going to send him a Founder's Bible where he doesn't want you to know all of the billions of dollars he has put behind scientists in our colleges and universities, in laboratories, to create and to make weapons of war. It is unprecedented, but for the sole purpose of reinventing the human race. So people, I'm asking you today, please get the information. Please understand that God is revealing this. He exposes to destroy the works of the devil, and we're funding it. We funded the virus. We funded the labs that are killing so many people. Our tax dollars. And we need to stop the funding. I do believe I'm going to be able to give to some of our senators and congressmen the facts, connecting the dots to show them what is really behind this pandemic. They're not going to believe it, but they can do their own research. I tell you, I know what God has revealed to us as intercessors. Today is our birthday. God is not done with America. He is going to pour out his Spirit on these young people. we are working on the curriculum now, that the Christians can go into classrooms and with the Bible. And when they tell them they don't know whether they're a boy or a girl, they can show them the Word of God and quote it to them. We must take the battle to the mouth of hell. Right now, it's our classrooms. Our kids are being used. Suicide is epidemic. They don't know if they're male or female. I've never seen anything like it. But the whole plan is to reinvent who we are as a people. They're playing God. They actually tell you that in so many words. But I'm going to tell you right now, God says there's only one God. And that's it. Christians, you can't sit on the sidelines anymore. I need your financial support, but I need your prayer support. But I need for you to know what is going on, that you can take it and share it with your friends. And whether your pastor will go and wants to know it or not, get your little prayer group. Join me, and let's bring America and our kids. There's a revival coming to this country, but it's coming starting with Genesis 1:1. Will you help me this week? I'll be right back. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our program and our programs every week. We want you to go to YouTube, Insight USA TV, and become a sponsor. You will see what we're doing on a regular basis. Also, if you'd like to receive our e-blast, you can go to our website, insightUSA.us, enter your email address, it's free, and you'll get our weekly e-blast and updates and our action points that God gives to us, and we're really bringing a major revolution to the children of God, and especially to intercessors. We're growing you up as a prayer warrior, so you don't have to be there. Just say, Faye, I'm going to get on board with you. I'm going to join your campaign. We're going to raise up 75 million people that's going to let the corrupt politicians and those in authority that need to go. Well, we're running out of time, so I want to make sure that we discuss July 4th. Where did it come from? Why do we celebrate it? And just give a little bit of history about where our nation has really come from to where it is today. So if you know this, fine. Just agree with me. Happy birthday, America. But I do have viewers. We're getting new viewers. We're getting young viewers, and we thank God for it. But we have to get them educated and informed. And we as intercessors need to renew the things that we know, so that we just don't say 1776 and the birthday, but we go back and we can visualize where we've come from to today, that we still celebrate it. I'm going to read it because I do not want to get it wrong. So I'm going to just read the information so that I make sure the facts are right. It says, here are 5 facts that you should know about America's founding documents and the day set aside for its commemoration. The first fact is July the 4th, 1776 is the day that we celebrate Independence Day, even though it wasn't the day the Continental Congress decided to declare independence. They did this on July the 2nd, 1776. The day we started the American Revolution that had happened back in April of 1775. The date on which the Declaration was delivered to Great Britain, and that didn't happen until November 1776, or the date it was significant, and that was August the 2nd, 1776. So the year 1776 was the year that America began to be America. Not all the states. We only had 13, but it was the beginning of the foundation of our documents that would make us our own independent nation from Great Britain. Fact number 2, it says, after the War of 1812, the Federalist Party began to come apart, and the new parties of the 1820s and 1830s all considered themselves inheritors of Jefferson, and the Democrat-Republican printed copies of the Declaration began to circulate again, all with the date of July the 4th, 1776. Celebrations of the 4th of July became more common as the years went on, and in 1870, almost 100 years after the Declaration was written, Congress first declared July the 4th to be a national holiday as part of the bill in officially recognizing several holidays, including Christmas. It says further legislation about national holidays, including July the 4th, was passed in 1938 and 1941. And number 3, the signed copy of the Declaration is official, but not the original document. The approved Declaration was printed on July the 5th, and a copy was attached to the rough journal of the Continental Congress for July 4th. These printed copies, bearing only the names of John Hancock, President, and Charles Thompson, Secretary, were distributed to the state assemblies. Number 4, John Hancock, the President of the Continental Congress at that time, was the first and only person to sign the Declaration July the 4th, 1776. He signed it in the presence of one man, Charles Thompson, and the Secretary of the Congress, who was Charles Thompson. According to the legend, the founding fathers signed his name bigger than everyone else's because he wanted to make sure that the fat old King George could read it without his spectacles. But the truth is that Hancock had a large blank space and didn't realize the other men would write their names smaller. But today, the term of John Hancock has become synonymous with the person's signature. Number 5, the 50 signers of the Declaration did not sign on July the 4th, 1776, nor were they in the same room at the time on the original Independence Day. The official signing event took place on August the 2nd, 1776, when 50 men signed the document. Several months passed before all 56 signatures were in place, and the last man to sign was Thomas McKean. And so in January of 1777, 7 months after the document was approved by the Congress, Robert Livingston, one of the 5 original drafters, never signed it at all, since he believed it was too soon to declare independence. These are people that have set our country up, and everybody didn't agree. Everybody wasn't the same. Our country was set up by the inspiration of God. God spoke to these men. He spoke to specific men, different denominations, some of them not even Christians. But this country was founded on the Protestant Bible, and it was founded on the living God and Jesus Christ as the Son of God. The freedom of religion was put in there, but they had nothing to do, other religions had nothing to do with the founding of our country. And you look at other countries, and you look at other like the Middle East, and they have Islam as their religion. There's no freedom. You don't have they want freedom here, and they want to help run our country, which they're doing now. But they give no freedom in their nations. They burn down synagogues and they don't allow churches. They behead and decapitate Christians all over the Middle East. And we've got people that want to give them money. No freedom. Nobody else could ever be in their government. But they move into this country, all of the religions, not just Islam. But they want rights here. But in their nations, there are no rights for Christians and Jews. We are the greatest nation on earth. Freedom is what we are all about. And we don't mind other religions. Because if Jesus touches them and they receive him, that is a choice. There's nothing we can do to force Jesus on anybody. And there's nothing we can do to force the Bible to be in compliance with their lives. People choose the Ten Commandments. It's like I started our program. Only a fool, it says in his heart, there is no God. Our nation is suffering consequences because of the absence of the people of God. The immature Christians that have just walked away, turned our schools over. Our schools started in churches with the Bible as their history book. We have released and we've released and we've released. But God sees our young people. And we are believing this ministry to launch a revival that is going to go across this country through the churches, through youth pastors. So when they do get a young person who needs the Lord and really wants the Lord, they can bring him into the church, bring him into Bible studies, bring him into Christians. It's not about the masses. It's about the one. Will you help me do that today? God is exposing these people who are acting as though they are God. They won Nobel Peace Prizes. You say, you don't know what you're talking about. I do. And you need to know it. But you have to seek God. The Bible says, seek me. Those that seek me, find me. And we have to seek truth. It's not going to knock us down. But America is worth fighting for. We have seen war after war. And every one we won. Are we going to win this one? Are we going to put down the blasphemers in this country and raise up men and women of God? Only when we decide to do it. Hi, I'm hoping you're enjoying our program. The Lord told us to train up a child in the way he should walk, and when he's grown, he will not depart from it. Our ministry is adopting young people in this country. We're going to begin with the youth pastors to teach our Christian young people why they believe what they believe, so they will not be caught becoming indoctrinated at no fault of their own because of the laws that are being forced on them that mock God. Teenagers have right now epidemic of suicide. When you look and see how lost they really are, this is the mission field. We see other ministries showing you other nations, but our youth need Bibles. We want to place Bibles in their hands. We want the youth who know God to know why. Will you join me today and make that donation? Give the best gift you can give in the name of our youth. Well, our program goes so fast, everybody. And today I'm going to make a special appeal to those of you that God has blessed and you love America and you want to see a revival among our teens. I need your support. Everyone that could send $1,000 this week would make a big difference in what we're being able to do. If you'd like to sponsor a youth pastor for $150, just write it on your check. Sponsor a youth pastor with a curriculum that's going to make our teenagers know why they believe there's a God, why they serve God, and why they will not fall for the mocking of God curriculums that's coming into their classrooms. So in our report, we want to send you, all you have to do is ask for the report on the transhumanism so that you can see what we are up against. It comes in the face facts. Just say, Faye, I want to receive your face facts, and maybe you already do. And you say, well, I really want to support getting this message out. Do you know how many kids get killed every week? Killing each other, shooting each other. Yesterday, a major shootout. I sat and watched it in Baltimore. Just killing no reason, just killing each other. Today in California, somebody walks up, starts shooting, killing each other. Missouri, this is nothing but demons, people. We're not dealing with race. We're not dealing with illegals. We're not dealing with Democrats. We're dealing with demons. And our kids are being trained to think that people who are convicted criminals, who resist arrest, end up dead, are your role models. How stupid can you get? Your role models. Our kids, our people, men and women that have grown up, made it through their childhood, made it through troubles and trials and tribulations, and end up finding God and making a life, and that more abundantly. That's our message. They said 17% of the people in this country don't know how their government works. Our youth have no clue what happens when you get into positions, what kind of authority you've got. We are getting the message out. We're starting our training. We're lighting a torch. We're gonna pass the torch of freedom and truth, the Word of God, and it will be there for people who think nobody cares. I need your help today. Whatever God would allow you to give, help us reach our youth. And I look forward to hearing from you.
Faye wants to hear from you. Her desire to see America come out of exile is raising up one of the most powerful, informed, anointed, and united prayer networks in America for America. She is organizing Christians for the U.S. Constitution to give uncompromising believers back their voice and witness. If this program has blessed you and you believe in what Faye is doing, contact her, pray with and for her, partner with her. She would love for you to host an Insight rally in your church or city. Organize an Intercessors with Insight prayer team or join one. For a complimentary pocket-sized constitution or Faye's facts, call or email Faye. faye.usainsight@gmail.com. Write Insight USA.